Hare Krishna. If we look ahead, then whole world is looking for peace and happiness. If we see in collective level, if we see in personal level, if we see in the level of family, if we see in the level of society, community, then globally, everyone, each and every individually and collectively, they are searching for peace and happiness. And the rulers, they think that punishing the lawbreakers will bring peace, and oppressed people, they think eliminating the oppressors will ensure the peace. The nations think that destroying or subduing the enemy nations will create peace. And on top, United Nations with its 6 principal organs think eliminating the nuclear and atomic weapons from world and encouraging international cooperation in the spheres of social, economic and cultural developments, developing friendly relations among nations and principle of equal rights and self-determination, and recognizing the fundamental rights of people will establish peace. Is it really? We should just see on the concept of peace. And the concept of peace is well explained in Vedantic concept, Vedic scriptures. And only the Vedantic concept of peace is wholesome concept of peace, the real concept of peace. The wise Rishis and saints, Rishi Muni and the saints and the sadhus in Veda says that ever enduring peace can never be obtained through external means. Only one who has found the inner peace has indeed found peace that abides forever. Otherwise, obtaining through any external means, the peace is impossible. It should be searched inside. And only through spiritual discipline alone, this inner peace can be acquired. One who has found peace within transmits peace to others by one's life example, experience through one we not aware of it, since only what possessed can be gifted, as we know. So what we possess, we can gift it to other. And who have found that inner peace only can transmit peace to others by one's life example and experience. So concept of peace in Vedic scriptures not only refers to non-violence or welfare of the entire humanity, but instead the famous Shanti mantra of Yajurveda clearly explains the peace and harmony of mind, body and soul of all existing entities, starting from the universe to unicellular microscopic organism in physical, mental, spiritual, environmental, ecological, financial and social level. The peace not only means non-violence or the treaty signed between different countries or resolution passed by United Nations, but the peace and harmony of mind, peace and harmony of body, peace and harmony of soul, not only of human beings but of all existing entities, starting from universe to unicellular microscopic organism in physical, mental, spiritual, environmental, ecological, financial and social level. And the mantra goes, Om Dev Shantir Antariksha Shantir Prithvi Shantir Apa Shantir. So it goes on saying, Om Dev Shantir Antariksha Shantir. May that peace radiant in whole sky and in vast this ethereal space everywhere. And it says, Prithvi Shantir. May this peace regain, this peace radiate in all whole earth. Prithvi Shantir, Apa Shanti, and Ashodaya Shanti, Vanaspataya Shantir, it says that earth being water and earth being all herbs, trees and creepers, may peace flow over whole universe. It says, Sarvam Shantir, Shantireva Shanti, and that peace be present in Supreme Being Brahma, and always there exists the peace and peace alone. And it says, Om Shanti, 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 may there be peace, may there be peace, and may there be peace. So, from this verse, we can conclude that collective peace or well-being does not refer only to humanity, because animal, plants and insects also comes under this vision actually. And it's actually in relation with Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, Sarva yonishu kantya mrityo sambhanti ya tasam brahma mahad yonir aham bija pradhapita. He says that it should be understood that all species of life, O son of Kunti, are made possible by birth in this material nature, and that I am the seed-giving father. So it says that everything in this material universe, the source of everything is same. So until and unless there is peace and harmony in all, everything, we cannot obtain that real harmony and real peace. And when there is not peace in environment, when there is not the peace is not prevailing in society, the peace is not prevailing in economical, financial or any type of things, any well-being, then the real peace could not be achieved. So for the real peace, furthermore, a Vedic saying, this Vasudeva Kutumbakam, the entire earth is indeed a family of Vasudeva, clearly goes even further and stress on the well-being of all state of equilibrium, which is needed for proper existence of all and everyone this universe. And to achieve like this type of collective peace, universal brotherhood, universal peace and well-being of all, then we need to have understanding of both personal and collective approach of getting peace as directed by the same scriptures. For personal level of peace, physical, mental and spiritual peace, Vedic scriptures suggest us to develop some quality. Mainly they are referred as 4 pillars of dharma. It says mercifulness, truthfulness, self-control and purity. These 4 are the essence and prerequisites for achieving any level of peace. Mercifulness, to have mercy for everyone, everything that exists. Truthfulness, self-control and purity. And there are certain spiritual injunctions should be followed to attain these qualities, like to abstain. We should abstain ourselves from, we should withdraw ourselves from illicit sex to obtain purity, and we should not be killing any animals for mercifulness, because to get that quality of being merciful with to everyone, we should stop at least eating meat or non-vegetarian items, because if we can kill somebody and eat somebody, then how we can have that mercy? And see, we can see that, as we all know, those who have lack of mercy neither can attain peace, nor do they allow to be in peace for other living entities. And we can also see that if we need peace from inside, then our inner self should be free from all types of violence, terrors and everything, unpeace things. But until we make ourselves a dumping site of terror, bloods, violence, captivate, massacres and murders, how we can even accept the inner peace? So for getting the quality of mercy, to have mercy, to be merciful, then we should develop that. To develop that mercifulness in our heart, then we should abstain ourselves from killing animals, killing these innocent animals for the taste of our tongue, and no any types of indulgence in intoxication is prerequisite for requirement for self-control, and abstains oneself from all types of gambling activities is minimum requirement for truthfulness. So, if we ever lie or cheat, even other may not notice to know, but then also from within, we always are in fear or in mood of regret, which makes us far from inner peace. And likewise, if we don't have self-control and purity from heart, then we neither can be in peace personally, nor will our surrounding environment be peaceful. So we can see most of the wars, violence, murders, rapes, kidnaps, and suicides are outcome of not following these four basic principles of human life. These are basic principles to be a human. Not even, just forget about achieving peace. If we just consider ourselves to be a human, then we need to have these four basic qualities in our life called mercifulness, truthfulness, self-control, and purity. And for these four principles, at least for these four good qualities, at least these four principles should be followed. No animals killing, no illicit sex, no indulgence in any type of intoxication, and abstains oneself from any types of gambling. So this is for personal peace and for collective level of peace, social, economical, and ecological peace. Collective means it should be peace in society, socially, economically, financially, and ecologically. And for this, actually, a Vedic scriptures had established a system of varnashrama. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna said, Chaturvarna maya srishtam guna karma vivagasa. Based on the three modes of material nature and the work associated with this material nature, the four divisions of human society are created. And four ashrams are created. Four ashrams are called, these stages of life are called Brahmacari means student life, and Grihastha means household life, Vanaprastha means retired life, and Sannyasa means renounced order of life. And four Varna means Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. And the quality of these four Varna are explained like the Brahmana are the quality the Brahmana does have are explained in Bhagavad Gita 18th chapter 42 slok, which says Samodamastapa Shaucham Shantirarjamam Evacha Jnanam Vijnanam Astikyam Brahma Karma Shubhavasam. Says peacefulness, self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, knowledge, wisdom, and religiousness. These are the natural quality by which actually the Brahmana, the leading class, the first class people of society, the teachers, the instructors, and the advisors comes under this category, Brahmana category, and they should have these qualities: peacefulness, self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, knowledge, wisdom, and religiousness, and we can call them the head of society. And next position is of Kshatriyas, and they have heroism, power, determination, resourcefulness, courage in battle, generosity, and the leadership are natural qualities of Kshatriyas, and they should actually function under this Brahmana quality, the people of Brahmana quality, Brahminical quality. Because themselves, they have heroism and power and the determination, once decided, finished, and resourcefulness and courage in battle, they can fight, and generosity, they are generous and gives charity, and leadership, they are type of leaders. But the Brahmana, they have peacefulness, self-control, austerity, purity, knowledge, tolerance, honesty, wisdom. So they can direct the Kshatriya type of people. So we can have peacefulness in leadership. Otherwise, a leader with all this heroism, power, determination, resourcefulness, courage in battle, and generosity, he might turn into anything if they don't have proper guidance. And after that comes the Vaishyas category of people: farming, cow protection, business, trade. This is the functions of Vaishyas, and Shudras are the labor and service oriented those who are giving any type of service like doctors and engineers or laborers, so they comes under Shudra category. And furthermore, Vedic scripture says by following these qualities of work, every man can become perfect if we do our work based on this our natural qualities. Because it says that work associated with them, all these qualities comes according to the three modes of material nature, and the work associated with this material nature, and according to the mode of material nature and the work associated, our mentality and our this way of thinking becomes like that. And based on our mentality, based on the mode of material nature which we possess, and based on these qualities of work, we can excel if we work on this, putting ourselves any of these four categories, and be perfectly work on that same quality. Then we can just be in proper peace. If every man follows their own occupational duty based on these four categories to his quality, then everyone gets perfection, and the perfection itself leads everyone to happiness and synchronizes the peace and harmony in the society, resulting in the ideal world order. So furthermore, for example, we can say if Vaishya earns or make profit, then why does he do it? Why does he make profit, and what does he do by making the profit? He makes profit and pays to his workers, pays tax to government, maintains family, etc. And why does he do that? Because of relationship. Actually, all these four things are based on the principle of relationship. There is bond of relationship which makes him to do that, and everywhere and everything it works on self principle of relationship. Birds makes nest for their babies, humans makes house or earn money for families, are based on the self principle of relationship. And now on Vedic Varnashram system, duty of all Varna and Ashram is to establish relationship with Lord, the Supreme, the Absolute Beauty, the Absolute Truth, and jointly please Him. As we have mentioned already, beginning from Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita established Himself as a Supreme, a seed-giving Father of entire creation, and the aim of everyone is to please the Supreme Father. So in this sense, if we have that eternal relationship with each other, furthermore in this Varnashram system, a society is collectively compared as a body, like Brahman as a head, Vaishya, Kshatriya is like these two hands, Brahman is a head who direct everything, Kshatriya are the soldiers to protect everything, Vaishyas are the belly to nourish and feed everyone, and the Shudra are the feet to hold this whole body. In the sense, a whole Varnashram system functions on basis of relationship. And as we know, relationship and common goal is the always goal of collective peace. If we have common peace and the relationship, okay, we have we know this compass have a point here and a pencil going all around. It have a common point and it goes around, so it creates harmony, it synchronizes harmony. So if we have that common point to serve and the relationship between the servants, then the real peace and harmony in the world can be explained. And in Srimad Bhagavatam it explains that among the twice born, it is therefore concluded that the highest perfection of one can be achieved by discharging the duties prescribed for one's own occupational duty. This occupational duties prescribed for one's own occupation according to Varna division and Ashram, orders of life, to please the Absolute. The aim of all people coming under this system is to please the Supreme, and so where all we have a common aim, common identity, common force driving us to act based on Vedic scriptures, then real peace and universal brotherhood can be achieved. And so we have two level of peace. Personal peace can be achieved by following those basic four regulative principles, and collective peace can be achieved by following this Varna Ashram system. And if we have this common aim, common identity, common force driving us to act based on Vedic scriptures, then real peace and universal brotherhood, it's a realistic way to approach, to meet that aim. So here we can conclude following basic principles of Vedic life and situating oneself in Varnashram system as per Vedic injunction, one can achieve the real peace and collectively can attain the real peace and universal brotherhood, establishing the ideal world order. And we can conclude actually practical if we practice it. Now somebody may say, is it that easy? But it's easy if we dive inside. Okay, we have this bottle of honey and somebody wants to taste that honey. What is the best way to taste? Open the bottle, put a spoon, take it out and taste it. That's the best way to taste the honey and get that, release that rasa, that mellow, that taste. So similarly, if we want to achieve this real peace and universal brotherhood, then we should come together, join hands together and practice it together. And once we practice, as by taking that honey out of bottle and putting in the tongue, we can release that taste, that sweetness. Once we start practicing, we can slowly start getting that personal and global or the collective peace. And we can say that actually the Vedic lifestyle is only the way, only the means for personal and collective peace in this earth. Hare Krishna.